What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BMAX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have another deck profile for the EX8 format. This is our Gallantmon X-Antibody deck we've been really excited for a long time. I love Gallantmon, and now the deck finally has what it needs to be more competitive in the meta, and so it's really great to see another red deck just finally get that push it needs to kind of put it into the meta. A lot of red decks are I find have too much aggro and no defense, and that's what gets them killed and makes them not as good. So it's nice to see that this deck's got the defense it needed, the little push, the boost it needs to be super fast and get up to that top line. So we're going to go through it. We're going to talk about how we're going to play the deck. There are going to be a few changes in BT19 because we're still waiting on a few better cards like the new Gallantmon, the new Growlmon, which are just better than their counterparts. But right now, the deck's still running really, really well, and we're going to show you what the new X-Antibody line adds to it. All right. Hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. And we'll get right into it here. We'll start with our eggs. As always, we're playing 2 of the Digimon from BT12. It adds 1,000 to your maximum DP-based deletion effects. And we're playing 3 of the Digimon from EX2, which is when attacking. If this Digimon has Gallantmon, Growlmon, or Gallantmon in its name, draw 1. So you got a draw egg, and you got the DP boosts. I like both because one's obviously better early game and late game. I don't really. You could run either. I've seen various degrees of success with both of them. I always used to love the 3-2 split, so it's kind of fun being able to do that. So maybe I'll decide at some point which egg is kind of the one that I need, but right now I think either one works out pretty well. Getting into your level 3s, we're going to start with 4 of the Gallantmon from EX2, which is the best searcher. It's the on-play reveal top 4. Add 1 card with Growlmon, Gallantmon in its name, as well as 1 Tocado from them to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of the deck. And then it has the when attacking inheritable. If this Digimon has Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 DP or less. So we're playing 4 of the new Gallantmon X-Antibody, which digivolves for 1 on a level 2, purple or red Digimon, but it also digivolves for 0 on a Digimon or a Gallantmon. And then on play, when digivolving, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name and 1 X-Antibody to your hand. Return the rest of the bottom. This is basically copying the Agumon X-Antibody, except for it has a cool inheritable, which is when any of your opponent's Digimon is deleted, gain 1 memory, which adds so much more value, which is why you want to play 4 of it. Playing 2 of the Gallantmon from BT17. This will probably be replaced by the Gallantmon from BT19. Your turn, when any of your other Gallantmon or Tamers with Tocado Matsuki in its names are played, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 DP or less. If this effect didn't delete, gain a memory. So that's all right. And then while you have 0 or less memory, add 2,000 to this Digimon's DP deletion effect maximums. Yeah. So this inheritable, all bases being around either 0 or around your opponent's turn. So that's kind of cool. And then lastly, I'm playing 1 copy of the Rush Gallantmon, because this deck does play Gallantmons for free, and potentially it can open up the possibility of, winning the game with a Rush Gallantmon, as long as you have 20 or more. Both players trashes, and you do trash cards from both you and your opponent's top of deck, so it's good. At least 1. I wanted to play 2, but I wanted to have a better level 4 lineup, so I feel like 1 is good enough because you just need it in the trash, basically. Okay, that is it for that. That is 11. I feel good about 11. 11 or 12. I don't think I'd go under that for level 3s. Going on to level 4s, we are playing 3 of the Black Growlmon, which digivolves from a level 3 with Gallantmon in its name for 2. When digivolving, trash the top 2 cards of both players' decks. Then you may return 1 Gallantmon card or 1 card with Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name from your trash to your hand. So this gets back your pieces that you might have milled or just died, and then on deletion, same thing, you may return one Gallantmon or one card with Gallantmon or Growlmon and its name for your trash. So it's really good at recursion from your trash, so I really do like that. The one thing though is it does not work with the new X-Antibody line because it is black Growlmon, so you can't Digivolve your Growlmon X-Antibody on it, but it's just really good at getting the setup for your level 5, and we'll show you what that is in a second. I'm playing 2 of the BT17 Growlmon, which is when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. If this effect didn't delete, this Digimon gets plus 3,000, so it gets a boost. And then all turns, while you have 0 less memory, add 2,000 to this Digimon's DP deletion effect maximums. So I do like that. Having that big, that just that super big deletion effect maximums are really good. And I play 2 of that because I don't really want to play more than 2 or 3 of this, which is the BT12 Growlmon that lets you, if you don't have a Tocado in play, you may play a Tocado from your hand without paying the cost. The reason I only like a couple of this is because after you get your first Tocado out, it's a dead effect, and then all it does is give you a plus 2,000 inheritable, which is alright, but I'd rather see this at the beginning of the game and then see this later on. I probably would like to play 3 of this, but I just don't have the room, and I'd rather not just run 1 of this, so I'm trying it out, 2 and 2, see how that works. And the last one we play is we play 3 copies of Growlmon X-Antibody, which digivolves from a Growlmon for 0 cost. It does digivolve for 3 on a level 3, so it doesn't just digivolve, and it has to be Growlmon, and it can't digivolve from like your Gallantmon for 2. It has to be 3, so it is expensive that way. When digivolving, draw 1, trash 1, and then if Growlmon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon gains on deletion. You may play 1 Gallantmon in its name from your trash without paying the cost. So it's really good like that, because you get that Gallantmon at the end of your opponent's turn. They delete your Digimon, you get the free Gallantmon. If they can't respond to that, you're set up for next turn to start going up the stack or potentially even warp. And it's got the same inheritable when you any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, gain a memory inheritable, so that's really good. I like 3 of it, which is why I want to play at least 4 copies of regular Growlmon, since the black Growlmons can't be digivolved into it. That's it for our level 4s. 10 level 4s. For level 5s, we're starting off, we're playing 2 of the War Growlmon from BT12. It's got the when digivolving effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. If no opponent's Digimon was deleted by this effect, you may digivolve this Digimon into a level 6 Digimon with Gallantmon its name. So it's Gallantmon its name, not just Gallantmon. In your hand, for the Digivolution cost, when a Digimon would digivolve by this effect, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So you can reduce that Digivolution cost by 1. And then end of attack, inheritable. If your opponent has no Digimon in play, and this Digimon has Growlmon or Gallantmon, its name, gain 2 memory. So this is really good because it gives you some memory to gain back, so potentially you can maintain turn if you and get up your stack faster. We play 3 of the War Growlmon from EX3, which digivolves from a level 4. 3 digivolves for 3 from a level 4 with Growlmon in name. So does do that reduced Digivolution cost. Both players trash the top 3 cards of their decks. Then if a player has 5 or more cards in their trash, you may play 1 Gallantmon or Tocado from your hand or trash without paying the memory cost. So it lets you play Tocados for free, lets you play Gallantmons for free. So this is the card that's really good with Rush Gallantmon. Just so much value, and if you have the Black War Growl or even the Growlmon X-Antibody, there's a good chance you might have 5 in your trash really early on in the game. So that's really cool. And then lastly, we play 2 of the new War Growlmon X-Antibody. The one thing that sucks is this guy doesn't have an inheritable, but still a really great card. But yeah, playing the War Growlmon X-Antibody, which digivolves from War Growlmon for cost 1. If you do have to digivolve from level 4, it's going to be 4 cost until the end of your opponent's turn. This Digimon can't be returned to the hand or decks by decks and gets 3000 DP. And then if War Groundmon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 10,000 DP or less, which is pretty high. Plus inheritable security attack, which is really good at helping you OTK and finish off the game. That's our level 5s. Just 8 of those. 7 level 5s. It's a good number, usually. Play one of the Rush Gallantmon that you can play for almost free late game if you're milling stuff. You have at least like 25 every 5 cards in both players' trashes. It reduces his cost. I played this guy for like 3 or 1 before, which is really fun because it reduces for every 5 cards in each player's trash, it reduces the play cost by 2, which is really great. And then on play, when Digivolving, when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. If no opponent's Digimon was deleted by this effect, delete one of their Digimon with 13,000 DP or more. And then it's just got Rush, which is really good. And then we play 2 of the BT17 Gallantmon, which is when Digivolving, when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less. If this effect didn't delete, this Digimon gains plus 3,000 DP and gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. And then while you have 0 or less memory, this Digimon isn't affected by opponent's effects. So that's why the 0 memory is really good, is creating this thing where it's just unaffected. Of course, this is the X-Antibody deck, so we're playing 3 of the new X-Antibody Gallantmon. Which Digivolves from Gallantmon for 1. When Digivolving, when attacking, if Gallantmon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon gets plus 4,000 and one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000. So it's minus DP ability on a Gallantmon. This is the first way I've ever seen that. So that's really cool. And then when Digivolving, it helps your DP destruction inheritables. And then when Digivolving, when at the end of attack, once per turn, delete one of your opponent's 10,000 DP or lower Digimon. If this effect didn't delete, you can trash the top security card and this Digimon on suspend. So potentially getting it multiple attacks, especially with security plus from War Groundmon is really good. And then all turns while you have 0 or less memory, this Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's Digimon effects, which is super good. Digivolves for 4 on a regular level 5, so it's expensive. Lastly, we're playing 2 Crimson mode. Ace, because it's such a great card. You can blast Digivolve on your Gallantmon if your opponent attacks and can't do anything about your Gallantmon with effects. And then it could, on play when Digivolving, delete up to 15,000 DP total worth of your opponent's Digimon. And then when attacking, for every 10 total cards in both players' trashes, you can trash the top security card. Overflow 5, but really good. And especially because you have protection on your Gallantmon, it's going to force your opponent sometimes to attack, which is really good. We play 3 Tocado from EX2. This is the Blitz Tocado. So your turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this tamer to gain 1 memory. So that's 1, you gain memory, so you maintain turn, and then when one of your Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon with Gallantmon or Groundmon in its name, that Digimon gains, when Digivolving, Blitz. So just free Blitz, which is really good. 2 of the Warp Tocado from BT17. So start your main phase if you have a Digimon with Guillemon or Groundmon or Gallantmon in its name, gain a memory, and then end your turn by placing this tamer and 1 Groundmon and 1 War Groundmon in your trash as your Guillemon's bottom Digivolution card. That Digimon may Digivolve into Gallantmon in the hand, ignoring its Digivolution requirements and without paying the cost. So free Warp Digivolve at the end of the turn, so that's good. And then we play 1 of the Tocado Matsuki from BT12, which is your memory tamer, because the new Tocado is not out from BT19. We will be playing that, probably more copies of that, so maybe like 2 copies of each, because it has Raid, and I believe it's a memory tamer as well. And then main, by placing this tamer in 1 Groundmon, War Groundmon from your trash in a order as the bottom Digivolution card, can Digivolve for Gallantmon in your hand for the cost, ignoring its level. This Digimon Digivolve by this effect gains plus 2,000, which isn't bad. It's just not as good as the end of turn one, because it just gains you memory every start of every turn, which is always really good. So that is it for our tamers, 6 tamers. Getting on to the options, we're finishing it off. We're having 4 offense training, which helps you with lowering that deep digivolution costs, as well as getting you to your pieces, including your tamers. Playing 2 red scrambles because it's just really, really good. Digivolving, a 3 cost or 4 cost for less, and then being able to start your turn off with a Gallantmon, especially with the warp ability, is just really strong. So that's really good as well. So red scramble, you add your pieces that you need back to your hand. So that's really, really good. And then lastly, we play 2 copies of X-Antibody because this is an X-Antibody deck, and you're either playing Protoform or you're playing X-Antibody because it's just really good and it helps you do that when attacking Digivolve, which is always super, super good. So that's it for the deck. That is how we're running it. I feel really good about this deck. It's really strong, really fast, and just gives Gallantmon the boost it needed to just kind of come out there and just dominate the format. I don't know if this is the deck I'm going to play during the February Ultimate Cups. I really want those Rise Greymons, like you guys know, and so I'm really hoping to do well. So I'm thinking about playing this deck just because red purple is really my wheelhouse. I've played a lot of purple decks. I've played a lot of red decks for online tournaments, and I just feel like this might be where it needs to be. I just gotta get the practice in. But I'm feeling really good about this deck and really excited to slam down a Gallantmon on my opponent because it's one of my favorite Digimon of all time. But hey, let me know what you guys think about the deck profile and any suggestions you think you can make it better. Appreciate all the comments as always. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. That's all for now, folks.